all of the Kickstarter tiers got posted onto the Kickstarter page for Adventure Quest Infinity. Let's take a look at those in this video. There hasn't been any official arcs. It hasn't posted about it yet. It hasn't been a design notes post about it. Alina hasn't tweeted about it. So let's take a look at and see what the Kickstarters are. All right, so on the Kickstarter page here, I will link it down below if you don't have a link for it, but it's just a AQW Infinity Kickstarter. If you search that, you'll find it. Anyway, though, I haven't scrolled past this, so I saw the $1 tier, and I was like, okay, the tiers are here. Let me get the recording stuff set up. So I haven't seen any of it yet. Be my first opinion here, my first reaction to all this. So they start up here, and then it says Kickstarter goals. For this Kickstarter, we're setting ambitious funding goals of, takes a deep breath, $1. You read that correctly. It's not a mistake. So their goal for the Kickstarter is $1. So they sort of weird. Like the overall goal is $1. If that isn't clear. So they just want whatever they can get, I guess, for the Kickstarter. Which I guess. So it's functionally just they're selling cosmetics. They don't actually have a goal for like the money they would need to develop it or whatever. They're just selling cosmetics, I guess, which is what they're always doing in the first place anyway. That's what all Kickstarters do mostly. Like they sell the rewards and the promise of a game. Whether or not that happens with Kickstarters is usually up in the air. Arcs Entertainment in the past, I would like to point out, has done 3 Kickstarters, 2 of which were for games, and they both shipped with everything that was on the Kickstarter that was promised. And the third one was for plushies, and those all shipped out too. I have them sitting. Well, I didn't get it for the Kickstarter, but I have them. And people that backed the Kickstarter got them before I did. Yeah, and you can buy them right now still, I think, the plushies. So just like to point that out, I saw comments on one of my previous videos about the Kickstarter where people were bringing up, what's that game that got shut down recently? Let me look it up. This one right here, Ashes of Creation. This one shut down. I think it lasted like a year or maybe longer than that. I don't know the exact time frame. I didn't play it or anything like that, but it backed for $3.2 million with a goal of 750K. They reached the goal by a long shot, and the game shut down very quickly. Very quickly. Delivery was 2018, so yeah, it hasn't been out for that long. I think it took a lot longer in 2018 for it to actually come out and be finished. Hey, you should also subscribe. Even earning $3.2 million, almost 3.3 off the Kickstarter, AQ3D outlasted it. So in reality, though, not to be negative, they probably do need a bit of funding to help push along the project. It might help them hire more people to get the work done faster or something like that. I'm not too sure. But anyway, it's up to you what you do with your money. But it's they've shipped out other Kickstarters in the past, so it's not really out of the realm of possibility that they could do this one. And the fact that they don't have a goal just probably means that they're not too certain what they could set as a goal they actually get, because if you don't reach the goal, you don't get the money on Kickstarter. So I could definitely see being in their shoes, with the community being as it is these days, being smaller than it used to be. But I don't know, I'm kind of mixed on this. It's weird they don't have an actual goal, but it's not the worst thing. We'll see. I don't think there's any bad intention behind it. So you can fully fund the Kickstarter for the $1 tier. And that gets you, let's get the actual rewards here. Everyone in the tier will get an exclusive game character page, funded it myself, along with lifelong bragging rights. Character page badge, funded it myself. So you get a badge. I personally think it would have been funny if they gave out like an armor in the game that it was just a t-shirt. It said like, I funded the Kickstarter, all I got was a t-shirt. Or something like that for the $1 tier, but a badge, I guess. Then we skip right to $25 from 1. So no $10 or $15 tier between, which I guess is an older thing in Kickstarter. I mean, that's the way the economy is these days. I don't know, but I'm usually on Kickstarter, you see a tier or 2 between 1 and 25, but not for this one, I guess. Infinity Hero class, exclusive Kickstarter art. So not an exclusive class, but exclusive art. And I'm guessing that is the art for it. So might not even be the best art for that class, but Infinity Hero class. Infinity Hero Armory. weapons, armor, helm, cape, and pet. I'm guessing this will be exclusive. A Steam key, closed alpha and beta access. You already have that. Maybe they're revoking access to everyone that already has it, but I think a lot of people already have that, and anyone that would be spending money on this probably does already have access. But anyway, well, good to people that are returning. Maybe they don't have it already. Hero starter pack, extra bag and bank spaces, boost of potions. They don't list how much or why are they giving boosts and potions? But they don't mention how much bag and bank space they're giving out for this. They gave this out for AQ Infinity as well, or AQ 3D as well, and it was a permanent thing. The people that back the Kickstarter in AQ 3D right now have more bag and bank space than you can get as a normal player. You can't get as much as Kickstarters have in AQ 3D. That's how it is right now. At least that's how it was last time I looked. They might change it, but that was years ago at this point. But that's how it was for the longest time in AQ 3D, where the Kickstarter backers were the people that had the most storage space on their accounts. Now in AQ Worlds, you already buy bag space, and your items are all transferring over to AQ Infinity. So is your bag and bank space transferring over to AQ Infinity as well? If so, this is massive. If not, this kind of sucks, because if they're resetting our bag and they can't be resetting our bag spaces. So this is just more bag space, I guess. And I'll pay $25 for more bag space, so they got me there. So that's an easy win for them on the $25 tier. For me, at least. Your name and credits, exclusive badge, Infinity Founder, and some digital wallpapers and extras. Okay. They don't show much of this. Maybe we'll get more information on this as time goes on. And like the amount of whatever this is too is probably a big deal for some people. But I'd like to know. That'd be nice. But yeah, $25 tier. Oh, there's more. The cross-game sword reward for the $25 tier as well. The Infinity Hero Sword is a cross-game sword that will unlock for you in our other games, including and then all their active games. That's cool. So you get stuff in other games that aren't just AQ Infinity. And I think this stuff will work in AQ Worlds as well, because I think they're backporting all this stuff. Well, anything that would be, I think anything you get in Infinity goes into AQ Worlds. So yeah. Next one. I haven't seen this yet. So Epic Founder, $50. Everything in the Founder tier plus choose one Epic pack. You do what? You choose a pack. Why do you want to choose a pack? Is this like the Fortnite Founder thing? I haven't looked at the bottom tiers, but Epic Games, the creators of Fortnite, they had a game before the Battle Royale came out where it was a PvE, and they had something similar to this in their Founder tiers, where it was you could choose one at the lower tier, and then the higher tier gave you all three. I'm guessing, like everyone in the games industry, copying Fortnite is what everyone likes to do. Anyway, though, I mean, I'm sure people did that before Fortnite. That's the first thing that comes to mind when I see this. So you get to pick one of the Doom, Destiny, or Chaos tiers. Those come with, let's see. Does it say anywhere? $50 Epic Founder. Previous rewards plus get your choice of either Doom, Destiny, Chaos armor, weapon, items, and Founder pet. Okay, the pet is not shown here, but I guess that's the case. And then Underworld Founder for $60. Okay, wait, why? So they go from 50 to 60 here. Why does it start at 25 if they're doing $10 increments at the higher tiers? It goes from $1 to 25, and then goes from 50 to 60. It's kind of weird. Like, it's kind of weird how they're spacing these out. Anyway, though, March is Dage's birthday month. You do a very special Legion armor and item set for Kickstarter, which is included at this tier. What? Okay. Okay, then we double 60 to 120. All right. And for 120 bucks, you get the Flying Fortress of Infinity player castle. It's not a player house, it's a player castle. That's good marketing there. And then you get all three of the packs there. You know, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen there. You get a class pre-release pass. Okay, You have my interest. What is this? Get these classes instantly on release. Umbra. I already have that, but probably the version I have probably doesn't count. Rune Illusionist, Forge Master, Paladin, Dragon Slayer, Shadow Slayer, Enforcer, Pirate, and Ninja. A lot of those are classes people already have. A good portion of those. Shadow Slayer is new. Dragon Slayer is new. Rune Illusionist, Forge Master, and Umbra, all new classes. Although we have seen the idea for what Umbra is, although I doubt that's the finished version of it. So that's pretty cool. I guess you get to test them early, pre-release pass. So you get to test these classes early, so kind of like a membership benefit, but you pay around $20 for it. Not really that great of a reward, but a cool little addition onto the tier, I guess. I guess the house is like the big ticket for the 120. You get the legendary founder badge. You get spell stones, monstrous transformation, instant dance party, and Cesar's Forge. I don't know what spell stone or forgive me, I don't know what spell stones are. I'm guessing these are instant dance party. Sounds like it would be like the when you click on Blinding Light of Destiny and it makes everyone go battle on, kind of like that. But is maybe they're potions that are like mass AoE or in a room. I don't know what spell stones are. They sound interesting. Maybe they explain them here. All right, we get an explanation for it. So okay, so the flying player castle is make your home an entire map featuring portals up to your castle, which features a large number of customizable rooms, not customization rooms, customizable rooms. All 3 of the epic packs, all 3 of the founder pets. Those are separate from the packs for some reason. Pre-release class pack. To unlock upcoming classes, the moment they are released, regardless of how they are supposed to be obtained. Oh, so it's not just a trial. They just giving you the classes. Okay, so you're basically paying to have all these classes. And I guess you get them early too, because this is pre-release. So includes, and then we already listed those out. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So they're actually giving you the classes, so you don't have to farm them or buy them or however they're obtained in the game. The first spellstones, these are a new type of item. You'll get 3 Kickstarter exclusive ones. They don't explain it at all what they are. There'll probably be a Designos post before the Kickstarter ends to explain what these are, because I'm having a hard time even like thinking what spell stone. Maybe someone knows what those are based on another game that has something like that in it, but from my knowledge, I don't know what that would be. But maybe it teleports you to places. Mysterious transformation sounds like it would transform you into something. Instant dance party sounds like the battle one thing I described. Cesar's Forge sounds like it would open like a forge menu, or like these sound like they have some sort of function, but they're not doing all the same functions. So I don't know what a spell stone would be. Anyway, that sounds interesting. Hopefully we get some more information on what spell stones are, because that's something they're not really even explaining here. The retrievers, they should probably explain it here on the Kickstarter page too once they actually tell us, because I'm sure people will read this Kickstarter that don't know much about the game and they're not going to go look at the side notes. Because people will just browse Kickstarter, some people do that. The reward tiers above should be pretty accurate. We may tweak and add some bonus things to them before they go live on Monday. Okay, so like I said at the beginning of this video, we're seeing this before they've even posted about it anywhere. Like, they're not really promoting the fact that these Kickstarter rewards are available. So some of these might change, and if they do change, I'll update it in maybe the news video later this week or whenever they do actually change. So if they do. So next is the $250. That's USD, I'm pretty sure, which is like over 300 of Canadian dollars. That's crazy. So yeah, we got from 120 to 250. So what is 250 American dollars get you? Let's see. Your character will be made into an in-game statue. The statue will be placed for all players to see in the Founders area. You will also get a house item version of your statue. That's cool. Well, kind of. That will allow you to place it anywhere in your home. Since you are already getting the flying castle, how about we make a special version of the flying castle with a pedestal especially designed for your statue that everyone sees when they enter. Best of all, you can choose to let other players obtain your statue so they can make a shrine to you in their personal homes. Okay. That's interesting. I guess you get a character statue. You get a special version of the flying castle, so you'll have like a founders or you'll have the $250 version of what is the cheaper, like was $60 tier. 120. It's not really even cheap. You'll have the more expensive version of the what isn't already that cheap of a house, so you can flex on people that are already flexing with a special version of the house, I guess is what they're explaining here. I don't know how the character statue thing is it locked into like one look of your character? I don't understand that. Is it something you're commissioning out for them to make you a special statue? Or is it like just your player character? And if you change your player character, does the statue change? Like how is that working? Because they can just make an NPC that changes, and because what it looks like here is it's just Gravelyn with a gray filter over her, or like a stone sort of color filter over her. So it might just be your NPC character page, but like in the game, and then if you swap items, it swaps on the character, on the statue. Which would be kind of cool, actually. I think that actually would be cool. And being able to give it out to the people. What isn't cool is the price, but hey, it's I guess we expected high prices on the cooler stuff for this. Oh, custom weapon designer. So this, okay, that's the next tier. That's not the $250. So $250 one is just that. With that, I thought the custom weapon was gonna be included $250. I was like, damn, that's pretty good. That $250 for a custom weapon doesn't sound that bad compared to what it used to be in the other Kickstarters, but that's not the case. So we're moving up to the $500. All right. You will work with the AQW's team, and keep in mind you get everything below the $500 tier. If that's for everything. Here, that goes without saying. Oh, they're limited on this. 13. Only doing 13. That's weird. They're only doing 13. We work with a team to design your very own custom in-game weapon. This item will be usable in both the original AQRs and Infinity. You can choose to keep it as a unique personal item, or you can brainstorm with our team on a quest to obtain it. Your name will be on the item, so everyone knows you designed it, and you will get a badge entitled Custom Weapon Designer. You'll also get all the previous rewards. Now, for this tier, I really think they should be listing out the artist, or artists maybe you can choose from to make the weapon, because I'm sure people have personal taste on which designs they like better from what artists and such, right? I mean, that's just like when you're paying $500 or something, right? Like, you could go to those artists and get an art commission for a lot less than that. So I hope they probably should list who's doing the art for the swords here. It's only limited to 13, so it's gonna come I imagine it's gonna sell out too. Knowing what I know, I imagine it's gonna sell out. So yeah, but hopefully before they open the Kickstarter, they list the artists that are doing these. I imagine it'd probably be J6 and A ranks. I imagine, because those are the two people doing most of the AQ Infinity stuff. So I imagine it'll be a combination of them. But you never know. And if you could choose your artist, if they're available, that would be cool too. But we don't know. We don't know here, and they don't say. So next one is a custom armor and weapon designer at $1,500. $1,500 to do a weapon and armor. This is limited to 9. Work with a team to design a custom set which includes armor, weapon, helmet, and cape. These items will be usable in both the original AQ and Infinity. You will be credited on the item's designer. Choose to keep the item for yourself or allow all players to unlock them. You will also get all of the Immortal Founder tier rewards. So wait, if you buy this one, it says custom weapon and armor. Do you get 2 weapons? Does it include it doesn't include this one, right? You only get 1 weapon and armor. I don't think you get 2, but they should probably explain that on here, because usually by default on Kickstarters, you get every tier below you. You buy the higher tiers. But I guess for the higher stuff, that maybe it doesn't work like that always on the higher tier stuff, but maybe they should list that as a little caveat there. But that's cool if you want to. Like I get again, like I said, like hopefully they let you at least inform you before this goes live and you start spending money on it. What artist is doing this, so people know. But yeah, Mysterious Strangers offered $5,000. Is this the largest one? Let's see. I think it is. Yeah, because stretch goals is below that. So this is a really mysterious tier. It contains all of the previous plus I don't know. Buy it and see what happens. What? You can't just say that. That's really weird. Alright, well, who's spending $5,000 on buy it and see what happens? I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's a very weird max tier to have on the Kickstarter. Kind of ominous. I'm guessing this is like something like designing a map or something like that. If I had to guess based on what the escalation of these tiers are, it's probably like maybe designing your own release or something like that, or a map. Or the previous AQ3D had one where you went to their office in Florida. I think you had to pay for your flight there, but they paid for the hotel there or something like that. And then you get to like take a tour of the office, and a few other things happened at the $5,000 tier. So who knows what this one is going to be? I don't think it's going to be showing up at their office because it just says what happens. So I imagine something in game. And being able to make your own release would be cool. Although I don't know, might be kind of whatever comes out of that could be kind of weird too at the same time. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I'm just guessing because it just says we'll see what happens. Anyway, stretch goals. So they don't actually have a goal. It's $1 is their funding goal. So how do you have stretch goals on is $2 your stretch goal? Let's see. They want to double their initial funding goal with a $2 goal. Oh, they don't actually have any stretch goals. Kickstarter is raising funds to convert and bring as much content as possible to all players of AQ Worlds. So it will have stretch goals to benefit all players and backers. Okay, so at least if they do stretch goals, it's for everybody. That's good, but they don't have them listed here. Maybe if they put... Wait, they don't even have any stretch goals listed. So the Kickstarter launches on Tuesday, March 3rd, which I think is like exactly No, I just looked it up. It's like exactly a week. I'm recording this late on Monday. I didn't see this until late on Monday, so that's when I'm recording this, but it's like almost exactly a week from right now. So noon EST. So if you want to maybe get with a $500 weapons, might sell out quickly. Maybe, but so if you want to hop on that, you probably want to be there at noon EST, because those are limited to 13. So I imagine those are going to sell very quickly. People are already planning, and what people will do is they'll pool together, but they don't say that they can give them to like just specific friends. But it's either all let everyone have it or let only yourself have it. So maybe people won't be pooling together to get them, because I know people did that for other times they offered weapons as rewards for stuff like this. People would pool together to donate to the Kickstarter, and then they'd all get the weapon. But maybe they're not doing that. Maybe they won't have as much competition in the past for one of those higher tiers that are limited, if it's all or nothing. But so yeah, this is going live. I'll make another video when this goes live next week on Tuesday, when it actually does go live on March 3rd. See if anything changes, but it looks like that's it. They didn't. I think this is a very weird Kickstarter from them. It feels kind of, I don't know if half-assed is the word to say it, but it's kind of the take I'm getting. It's kind of my take on this, like the fact that like the max tier says like we'll see what happens. For 5K, like that's just kind of weird. I don't know if they should like give a general idea at least if you don't know what you're doing. Custom weapon and armor is kind of cool. It's 1,500, but I mean it's not like not the worst. Like I'm sure like if this was offered in other games, people would take it, right? Like imagine you play like what's the game? Imagine you play like League of Legends, and they're like for $1,500 you can create your own skin. I think they sell skins in that game for $1,500. What am I even saying? Anyway, $500 custom. Terrible example. $500 custom weapon. I think that one's gonna sell pretty quick, to be honest. $250 Immortal Founder. that's like, phew, it's kind of, I mean, it's not really that tempting over getting the 121 because it's just a statue. Like, it's kind of cool, I guess, a statue, but it costs like a lot more than the one below it, and you get the same house, like slightly modified version of the same house, and like this one isn't that enticing to me, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you like looking at your character, I don't know. Your character's already on screen, so I don't know. I don't know about having a statue, but hey, so I think a lot of people are probably gonna cap out at the 120 tier, and to be honest, I'm not too enthused by it. If I say, I think if they explain more what the spellstones are, and if these are like perma rare things that are Kickstarter only and such like that, they don't say they are here. I think if they give a better explanation for this, I'd be more interested in the $120 tier. The actual cosmetics do nothing for me. The house is sort of cool, but doesn't even look. It looks like a cool house. I don't know. It doesn't look that amazing. Like, it's not like crazy house or anything. It looks like it would be a cool house. It looks like a house I'd spend 2,000 ACs on in game. I'd easily part with 2,000 ACs for it. $120 for the cosmetics in this. I don't think so. I think it's, for me, it's really going to be, I think the getting classes early is good for me as someone that likes to make videos. I think it's good for that. For my purpose, I'll probably get the $120 tier just based on that alone, to be honest. But like, if I didn't want to make the videos on the classes, I wouldn't really care too much about that either. The spellstones would be the big one in this tier. The spellstones and a little bit the house, $120 tier. This one, they don't say much about Underworld Founder. This should be a class for being a Kickstarter thing, to be honest. It just says special Legion armor, and they show the like sketch art that Dej did for it, like the rough art for it, and so can't really get too excited for that. You don't really even see what it is there on that. This one's pretty lame because it's like a half measure where it's just like you're picking one of what is a higher tier. You're getting a fraction of what the higher tier one is. Yeah, which is, you know, an easy way of doing a Kickstarter, I guess. It's not a unique thing because, yeah. And then $25. This one's all right. The armor's kind of whatever for it, but getting the extra bag slots is probably worth the $25 if it's a decent amount of bag slots. Like, if they're not ripping you off, it's like 5 slots or something. If it's like 25 slots, 50 slots or something, or if it's a significant amount of bag slots, it'd be worth the price just for the bag slots, to be honest. But the extra stuff is just extra. You might value the exclusive art, but it won't, the class won't be exclusive. So, and the other version of class might have better art. Not that you really even see the art for classes anyway, so you're gonna have your cosmetics equipped over that anyway. So yeah, that's my thoughts, my full rundown on this, my opinion on everything. Let me know yours in the comments. I'd love to read it. It's kind of a long video too. If you got to the end, let me know. But I think it's interesting. I think it seems a little rushed out the door from what I'm seeing here. I expected to be surprised by some of the things I was going to see on this when it did actually get announced, and I'm not very surprised by any of it. I'm actually surprised that, I'm actually surprised at the lack of information on this, to be honest. The one thing that did catch me off guard is stone thing here, spell stones, and that's like the only thing that's piquing my interest at all in this. Well, that and the bag slots, of course. So, hey, thanks for watching this video. Leave your comments down below. Love to read them. Your thoughts on this. Are you backing it? What tier are you backing? Let me know down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. We'll see how this turns out. We're in for the ride, I guess. All right. Have a good one. Peace.